And welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command, Orion Pirates Mod. I am Admiral Tirek of the battleship GCS Chopper, as we continue what remains of the campaign against the Romulan Star Empire. We are currently sitting at 9,703 prestige, meaning we are about 300-400 away from being able to afford another battleship. And because it's now the X era, we'll be able to afford a BBX type battleship. But that is probably going to be in another 2 missions' time, so let's continue to lay down the hurt on what remains of the Romulan Star Empire, and continue to seize this planet here at 2113. It's another shipyard assault, so another little bit of long-range sieging work. It's kind of what we do half the time. But then again, that entirely fits in what our role is. Let's hit the red alert, increase speed, make sure that we do not forget a Wild Weasel. After all, Dreadnought battles, forgetting Wild Weasels can end very, very painfully. And we will put power to the forward reinforcement just to handle some of that skirmishing phaser fire. We are escorted today by the GCS Golithal, which appears to be I want to say it's a medium cruiser at this point, given the era, as well as the GCS Chromaticon, but not as just the Chromaticon, which is a cool name of itself. It is a BBX-type battleship, so finally a ship worthy of the Chromaticon name. Squaring off against the light cruiser, a frigate, and the light cruiser. Okay. I think there's a slight disparity of forces in this battle here. Yeah, 2 battleships against 2 light cruisers, and apparently this is a command destroyer? Wow. Against a frigate. Okay. I feel sorry for you guys. I'm sorry this had to go down this way. I would have expected a more fair fight, but it looks like we're not gonna get that. So, let's lock and load and line up and get ready to basically kneecap some people who just can't defend themselves all that effectively. I mean, at this point in time, we are currently putting 21.6 points of power into our forward shield, which means we can take one of those plasma torpedoes just on the nose and not care about it. Pair up an R-type plasma torpedo. If he decloaks, he should any time now, and actually, he's getting to a range where I'm just going to dump all the firepower on him. He's turning directly away from us. He's trying to get away, trying to build in the distance. Okay, let's target the frigate. R-type plasma torpedo. Port side, all weapons fire. All weapons fire, port side, thank you. Forward, all weapons fire. Single R-type plasma torpedo. Let's invite that Wild Weasel. There it goes. Slow down, all weapons select. Prepare to stop. We're just going to drift on. Oh, I've got an R-type torpedo only facing the front, and... oh, we fired too soon. We fired a moment too soon and just wasted 2 plasma torpedoes. Okay, we're going to have to deal with that pain. Oh, you were shooting us. Unfortunately, you couldn't save yourself after that point. So it looks like Chromaticon is just going to come in here and clean up. I mean, we basically caused the circumstances that allowed this whole thing to happen by forcing them to dump Wild Weasels, but Chromaticon's going to get all the glory on that one. Well, where's the last ship? There you are. Not you. You. Hello. Pardon me. And, yeah, you're going to die. There's really no other way of putting this. You launched your only Wild Weasel, you're sitting a duck, and now you're coming straight forward at me. I'm actually deliberately getting closer to you so that my phasers do more damage. And do that. Partially because my stern shields are basically non-existent. In fact, let's go through and make sure that we reinforce all. Where did that hit come from? Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, he does have Phaser X. I do sometimes forget just how powerful Phaser X's can be. They are fully capable of just ripping through basically anything. Because they can be overloaded and basically become double power Phaser 1s. Which is pretty scary. And he's carrying, what, 2, 4... he's got 8 of them. 8 of them along with 2 G... oh, it must have been the G-type plasma torpedoes. Probably dumped those on me. Wait, no. Oh, that's got to be a reinforcement. We're just barely holding onto a starboard side shield. I'm expecting him to dump another Wild Weasel, but if he doesn't soon, he's going to get a whole bunch of plasma torpedoes from me. I don't know if we're going to slow down in time. Oh, just in time. Nice. Can I fire more? Okay, we've got... aw, they dissipated. I think they have a chance of either dissipating and just dying off to do nothing, and also, you know, staying around and actually going to hit the target. It's kind of annoying that he's just kind of sitting there. All phasers select so we don't accidentally fire, you know, things that won't track. Come on, go a little bit faster. He's not setting off the mine. That actually really surprises me. Our D-type plasma torpedoes handling the incoming missile fire with no problems whatsoever. It's really tempted just to unload on him. We are actually going to have to fly through this. That's going to be somewhat annoying. We could probably break and turn in place, but I'm not going to do something like that, especially not when it does so little damage to our forward shield at this point. So the phaser's set, we're ready to kill. He's just wasting our time at this point. Oh, he's coming out cloak. All weapons fire. There we go, he's dead. Alrighty, let's go after the Stardocks. Now, they're Klingon Stardocks, which is great, because that means they've got missiles and not plasma torpedoes, which means we can get as close as we want to these things. And also, our Plasma D is more than capable of taking them out. In fact, our Plasma Ds are kind of bored, as they just pick it off without a care in the world. Getting a little bit closer because we're accelerating time. The game actually does not handle super high time accelerations all that great. It tends to affect the accuracy of point defense systems. So as you can see, lots of blue plasma fire going out everywhere to protect us in the best way that they can. I wonder how many more salvo he's got left. We are 5 minutes into this fight, so let's get ready with the standard stratagem, which is basically fire to range of 10-ish. He'll dump a wild weasel, and then, you know, we'll get on top of him and kill him. Number 2, setting all plasma torpedoes, because that's all I want to commit to this, purely because of the incoming missile fire. And only 108 damage. That's actually kind of crappy. I was expecting more than that. There we go. Plasma torpedo away. And yeah, I am deliberately keeping the phasers not engaged in this one, purely because I'm a little bit worried about incoming fire. More? Yeah, there's... Oh, this should be one of their last loads, unless this is a graphical glitch. Which it could be. And the rest of it, that'll do you. And now we target the next Klingon Stardock. The moment the missile batteries run dry is the moment when we can absolutely annihilate them, and I think they've run dry. Looks like the Chromaticon and the, what were you called again? The Galitho are just kind of moping around out there, not actually contributing much to the fight at all. And with your missile batteries completely empty, well, you're screwed. There's no other way to put that. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Wait for it. Attack shift, go away, please. There we go. Target destroyed. And on to the last target. And that will wipe out yet another one of these wonderful missions where we have to take on the entirety of the enemy resupply base. So 2 dry docks destroyed. Oh, it looks like the Chromaticon finally got the message. So did the Galitho. They're now swooping over here as fast as they can. Did that cause? No, I was wondering for a moment. Wow, he died fast. Not that we really would have expected much else. He is an interceptor type, which made him very small. And, well, it's a Stardock. Even without missiles, Stardocks can be quite dangerous. Wow, he just took it on the nose. Second one. Slow down the speed of time. Okay, that one elicited the response we were expecting. I guess we must have fired the torpedo from too far out. All up and select. Get ready to dump the fire on him. Attack shift of 2. Go away to 0, please. Wasn't enough to kill him. So we're just going to stop right here. And increase the speed of time. Because I'm going to sit here until you die. I'm reasonably confident that our shields will hold through any sort of self-destruct. There we go. Target destroyed. The shipyard is no more. And we can move on to the next set of missions. And greater and better things to be accomplished. Instead of, you know, somewhat wasting our time blowing up shipyards. 450 prestige. That's not bad at all. Gets us up to 10,153. Excellent. Let's continue to put the pressure on the planet. I want this planet. I want it badly, because I think it's their last planet. They may have one more, but I think this might be it. Red alert! Increase speed, preparing for combat as he does his. And, of course, that forward shield needs to be maximized in power. Have to keep us alive, after all. And we don't want to turn that way, we want to turn this way, because that's generally where the enemy shows up. Set our speed of 15, shields reinforced. Come on, show that reinforcement. Oh, nope, it looks like they did show up from the port side. So I'm guessing there will be another enemy ship that shows up somewhere along there. And increase the speed of time. Because we're just going to be soaring it. Yep, there he is. So a Romulan light cruiser and a random pirate light cruiser. Who are you going for first? This could actually be a little bit annoying. Because Gonna have to make sure that we prep another one of these. I'm going to launch you in defensive mode. Both of our pseudo-fighters deployed in the defense. It's an additional 4 plasma torpedoes that can be deployed, and they're quite effective at what they do. Alright, he's heading right for us, so we got an R-type plasma torpedo. We're going to bait out the traditional sort of screw-you fire pattern. And he's got a single D-type plasma torpedo, so we're going to have to try and kill you quickly. And 2 Gs. How much power am I putting into the forward shield? Enough. Or rather, it would have been enough if I hadn't wasted all of that phaser firepower. Oh, I hate it when we make that mistake. It's just a matter of forgetting to press that button, and that's an important button to hit. Get ready to fire everything you've got into him. I wish I had phasers to cause a little bit extra hurt there. There we go. Target destroyed. Come to starboard. Targeting a light cruiser. We have no weapons available as of right now. It's actually really bad. And you guys need to come home. Because you're hurt. I have no weapons available at this time. You're equipped with not a bad weapons complement. All stop. Our point defense systems are engaging as best as they can. He is going into a cloak. He did, however, waste all of his firepower. We got to sit here. We just got to wait for this. And the attack shift... Oh, no, defense shift just went away now. Let's call back the pseudo-fighters. Yeah, pseudo-fighters, come home now. Because I don't want to lose any of you. Preferably without flying through the mine, though. And you. And come to starboard. All weapons select. Get ready to fire. We've got a very weakened side right here. If we can take advantage of it. And he's really not going anywhere. Increase speed just a little bit. We haven't actually used any wild weasel. Oh, we used the one. Duh. So we do have another one ready. I'm going to prep another one just in case. You don't want to accidentally mess these things up. All up and select. Prepare to fire. Phasers only, actually, because the too great of a chance that they won't hit. Let's accelerate up to a high enough speed where this mine will hit us, and maybe it'll splash onto him too. It did. We got a nice little blast in there. All weapons select. Fire as you bear. And he did dump a wild weasel, so be a little bit careful. We don't want to fire any of our torpedoes until his attack shift goes away. And he has no torpedoes to work with. Attack shift went away. All weapons fired. Dump everything you've got onto him at this point. And I would higher energy turn if I were a little more suicidal. You're fake. Haha, I was right. This F-type torpedo, however, will not be fake. Start causing as much havoc as we can, just sort of skip firing everything we've got. We did take a little bit of a hit to the stern, but we were willing to accept that. After all, it didn't really do any much damage. More firepower straight into his nose. Takes out his shield, and I've got 2 R-type torpedoes with your name on them, buddy. Another decoy is ready. Hey, the phaser did it! The single phaser shot did it. Ripped his ship open. And we're still in pretty good shape. With the mission complete. And yet more pressure placed on this planet. 260 prestige. Good job. And the tile's neutral. Unfortunately, we must go on a surprise reversed. Okay. I suppose we must. Not super happy about it. We've got a planet that's super vulnerable. If we manage to get to it in time, we might be able to take it. And they send us on one of these. Not only that, we are in the far position. A whole bunch of frigates and a single light cruiser. Continue to increase speed to full power. We're not going to need our Wild Weasel on this mission because they will not survive that long. We are escorted today by GCS Dracora and the GCS Wervikon. This looks way too much like Dracaris from, like, it's reminding me too much of the other things. But yeah, the enemy is completely outmassed, completely outgunned. And I think even if you combine the mass of all these ships, they're so small that they probably wouldn't equal up to, you know, the might of our vessels. However, this is not a pirate group. This is Lyrans. So that's actually pretty surprising. We've managed to come across a Lyran support group. People from literally the opposite end of the galaxy. And we're here to kill them. Yeah, this is going to be a short battle. How much longer until we're in range? Oh, a little bit. We'll fire the catcher. We'll fire an R-type plasma torpedo at him, see what happens with that. I wish you guys wouldn't fire from such long range. I'm expecting you to die. You did. I probably shouldn't expect you to die from this. Maybe that, though. Yeah, that got him. We're trying to use the minimum amount of force here. Not from any, like, actual need-to standpoint. I just want to get this done as fast as possible. And the fewer times I need to wait 3 turns to fire weapons, the better. Who's left? All weapons. If you can bear on it... Oh, nope. Nothing to shoot at it. That's interesting. We're going to curl in a little bit. That way we can hit him with the stern type S and the stern firing F torpedo as well. Incoming fire from the... what are you, a heavy war destroyer? Yeah, he's got a stern-firing F-type plasma torpedo. It did 12 damage, which isn't bad. And come on, all weapons fire. There we go. Hopefully this will take him out. It did... Okay, just barely did. There we go. Mission complete. Just one nice little swoop through. When you've got a battleship on this mission, well, there's really no point in getting up in the morning. We'll take on your escape pods, though. We are good people, after all. 300 prestige for that one. Tile taken. Let's quickly see if we can't rush onto this. And I'm going on a patrol. I'm sorry, shipyard assaults bore me. The first half of a shipyard assault is really fun. And then it gets to the just, now you gotta pound your way through this. Looks like we're squaring off against a heavy cruiser. We're not escorted by anybody today. And also make sure that we prep the important things. Wild weasels, forward shields, etc., etc. Open select, and... freighter and a heavy cruiser. So this heavy cruiser, obviously going out to do raiding parties against us, came back, didn't actually want to stop at the home planet since it was vulnerable, and met up with a freighter to resupply fuel and ammunition. Although Romulan ships don't actually use anything that would need ammunition resupply. After all, they use energy-based plasma weapons. So probably not that one. Forward weapons are ready, and a frigate. So we also will have to worry about that. But we're going to try and knock the heavy cruiser out in one pass, if we can, as that would be most optimal. Send a probe his way, find out exactly what we're dealing with. That way we know just how likely we are to knock him out in one shot. I'm going to be 100% honest, not feeling super thinking that we can do it. 2 R-type plasma torpedoes and 2 S's. Holy crap. That is significant. Do you have any D-type plasma torpedoes? No, you don't. So you will be vulnerable to my pseudo-fighters, which we are deploying, because they're incredibly good at this. And yes, he's making the proper tactical choice. He's going to cloak until he... well, probably until he passes us. That would probably be the best choice for him. R-type plasma torpedo is selected. We're ready to rock with it. Ugh. I want to kill you before your frigate buddies can show up, because if we can do that, then we'll be in a position to really lay down some hurt. Okay, he should be reaching a point where he wants to come out of cloak soon. Yep, and there he comes. And engage the R-type plasma torpedo. It's not charging. Engage it now. Incoming enemy R-type plasma torpedoes. Or maybe not. Slow down, slow down. We need to start slowing down. Get under a speed of 4. Now. And we need to turn off the phasers, because I don't want to waste anything. Unfortunately, he's cloaked. That's a problem. That's a really big problem. I need you to decloak. I desperately need you to decloak. You have 2 D-type plasma torpedoes. Okay, guys, time to come home. Get back. Get back here now. I need to not have you exposed and vulnerable. I do, however, need power to the ship, and I would also like to cut him open like a can opener. Come out of cloak. Just come out of cloak. And prep another wild weasel. We're going to need a lot of them on this. Come on, buddy. Come out of cloak. You know you want to. He's coming out of cloak. All weapons fire. Rip him apart. Shielding to 360 degrees. We're going to need it. All port side batteries engage as you bear. Wow, he just cut open our forward port shielding. Stern weapons are away. Nothing big... oh yeah, he doesn't have any plasma torpedoes. How about you? Okay, so this is the only one that can actually harm us with plasma torpedoes. He did manage to cut through our forward port shielding. That is going to be somewhat annoying. We're going to have to protect ourselves from that one. And we are currently chugging along at a speed of 4, so we're unaffected by things like that. How badly damaged are you? Not tremendously, but you are going to fly away from me for a bit. So let's open you up and say, go away. I don't want to have to deal with you. In fact, as soon as you're dead, I can deploy pseudo-fighters. So you're really a thorn in my side right now. And I do have an R-type plasma torpedo, but no shot with it just yet. Increase speed a little bit. We want to get some motion going now. I could also fire into you and just annihilate you, but I don't think you have anything worth taking care of. A single G-type plasma torpedo. I'm going to take you on the raised hull here. And we managed to take it, no problem. Don't want to waste a Wild Weasel when I don't have to. And he's chugging away at a speed of 6.5. Select phasers only. We're going to open up this guy like a can opener. Our range is 3.8. We want to close to closer than that. Right on top of you is what I'm going to open up on you. You better believe it. There we go. Crippling systems damage right there. And I did not notice that we had taken pretty significant engine damage. There we go. He's dead. Now we are aimed on target here. I want to get a little bit closer before I start deploying a R-type plasma torpedo. Although we are at all plasmas charged, so if you don't got a shuttle bay, we're going to kill you. But this is to bait out the shuttle bay. He's sort of wallowing there. If he's got enough energy to cloak, he should have done it. He didn't, so all plasma weaponry engaged. Yeah, he doesn't have a shuttle bay up. He's dead here. Target annihilated. Let's come around to port. He doesn't have the kind of weaponry that I would care about. And we'll increase the speed of time. Loop around real quick. We got another decoy ready, but it's not going to be necessary. This is equipped only with plasma Ds. No plasma weapons that can actually hurt us. So all weapons are selected. We're going to come right in at you, buddy. There's no point in running. Just don't run. Just surrender. We'll accept a surrender. He didn't surrender. There we go. Back to the regular speed and managing to cut a swath through the enemy. Heavy cruiser, I like cruising a freighter. Who would have thunk that they wouldn't be able to stand up to a battleship? And another 314 prestige for our troubles. Pop, pop. And the shipyard is ours. Now, quickly, let's rush on through because... Please tell me there's at least one. There are two. And we can afford it. Say hello to the GCS Camilacon. However, that's obviously not going to be its name. We've already established what we're doing by now. So, the GCS Spike. And yes, named after the spike tail monster, well, dinosaur, who has a powerful spike tail. Honestly, Chopper should probably be the BBX, simply because the BBX is more powerful and larger, but we got Chopper first. So, we're going to done on that. It is now saved. We have the GCS Chomper and the GCS Spike, two of the most powerful vessels in the entire fleet. And we'll also take some quick time to patch that and give us all the shuttles in the world, because they are essential to survival. Also, for him, he's going to need all the shuttles in the world. Fighters. I'm not going to set you up with fighters just yet, because they're expensive. Like, really expensive, and I really don't feel like spending that much on fighters. We'll also make sure to get enough spare parts so that he can repair all his damage, and that's gonna pretty much run us out of cash. Let's also get ourselves up. Yeah, we're low on cash. But that is always the case after you pick up something gigantic and powerful. We now have the most powerful battleship in our navy in this game. But that's going to wrap it up for an episode right there. We have managed to take this planet and more than double our firepower. And I think the next target will have to be the station here at 2312 before we start doing mop-up operations on every other tile. Until that time happens, I've been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive a notification every time I release one of these videos, press that little bell icon. Leave a comment and I will see you all in the next episode.